بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. So alhamdulillah, this is our second lesson of Juz Amma. If the brothers just want to come forward, and inshallah we will continue from where we left off last week. So we mentioned the importance of reciting the Quran with the correct Tajweed. As well as the Tajweed, we have the Makharij or the Makhraj, which is the pronunciation of the letters. And we also mentioned how it was very important for us to recite exactly the same way as the Quran was revealed to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, following all the rules, the regulations, the ahkam of Tajweed. We got to Surah Al-Nasr last week, إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحِ. So these short surahs, it is recommended that you learn how to recite these correctly, as the short surahs, we tend to recite them within our salah, within our 5 daily prayers. In fact, I usually advise anyone that I meet to try to memorize the whole of the last chapter of the Quran, Juz Amma, because this is something which we will need within, during our lifetime. And obviously Salah is something which we pray every single day, 5 times a day, so it helps if you know as much of the Quran as possible, not forgetting the reward of memorizing the Quran. So let's go to Surah Al-Nasr. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح. Okay, so the word إِذَا, if you can remember last week we spoke about the similar sounding letters, and ذال is one of them. Okay, so we have ذال and then we have the letter ز. So when you see this ذال, we have to pronounce this softly, lightly, with the tongue between our teeth, ذا, and not إِذَا. Okay, so إِذَا جَاءَ Nasrullahi. Exactly. Now, Nasrullah is often pronounced with a seen, Nasrullah. But if we look at this word, إِذَا جَاءَ Nasrullahi, you see that the noon is joining onto a sad. So it's important that we don't read this as a seen, and we don't say Nasrullahi. And a sad, we read it like Nasrullahi. So the different nas and nas. Okay, so do you want to try to say إِذَا جَاءَ Nasrullahi? Nasrullahi, exactly, with a sad. Then we have the word Allah, Nasrullah. The word Allah is usually recited or read with a heavy sound. Nasrullah. When we say Allah, we don't say Allah. However, there will be times where the word Allah is said lightly, like Bismillah. Now, we don't say Bismillah. Okay, so how do we determine when to say Allah with a heavy mouth or when to say Allah with a light sound, like Millah, Billah, Lillah? Okay? And the very simple answer is, before the word Allah, if we look at the letter that comes before the word Allah, what letter is it? Can anyone see? Nasrullah. Before the word Allah, what letter do we have? Ra, exactly. Now, if we look at the Ra, it has a Dhamma. Okay? This little vowel is called a Dhamma. You might also know it as a Pesh. Okay? It's actually called a Dhamma. So the letter before the word Allah, if this letter has a fatha, which you might know as a zabr, or a dhamma, which you might know as a pesh, okay? Then the word Allah is read with a heavy mouth, like Allah. So here we would say Nasrullah. If the letter before the word Allah is a kasra, which you might know as a zair, then the word Allah will be read lightly. So we would say, so this would be Rillah, Rillah, lightly. So not Rillah. Okay? So that's how you know when to read the word Allah, heavy or light. So in this instance, would it be heavy or light? Heavy, because of the dhamma, exactly. So إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح. Yes, نصر الله, نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون. Who can remember the rule of the noon when we hold or press onto the noon like this? وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ. Does anyone remember from last week? غُنَّة. Yes, excellent. Okay, so if you have a noon or a meme that has a shadda, like this noon has a shadda, then the rule of غُنَّة applies. That means you hold the noon, you press on it for 2 counts, like this. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ. Can you try? Very good. يَدْخُلُونَ. You see here the dal is blue. This is Qalqala. Al-Qalqala. We spoke about this last week. We have 5 letters of Qalqala where we bounce off a letter. Yada. So we don't say yadkhuluna. يدخلون في دين الله. Is it nillahi or nillahi? Nillahi, why? Yeah, it doesn't have a fatha nor a dhamma, it has a kasra, a zair, kasra, yes? So that's why we will read this word Allah with an empty mouth. في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد. So here we have 2 ha letters. The ha is pronounced from the throat, okay? فسبح بحمد, from the throat. So this is a letter that most people need working on. Okay, so make sure you know the difference between the ha, the throat letter, or the ha from the chest. Okay? فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْ. Yeah. Also, part of the makhraj of the vowels, like the kasra, I, B, T, C, G, H. And we have to be careful not to say E, B, T, C, or Me. Okay? Straight down. I, B, T. So here, فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ. I'm not بِحَمْدِ or بِحَمْدِ. Okay? So let's try again. فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ. Yes, bihamdi rabbika wastaghfir innahu kana tawwaba. Very good. Okay, tawwaba, ba, yeah, and not tawwaba. Yeah, so let's try to recite with the correct accent of the Quran. Tawwaba. Okay. Surah Al-Kafirun. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قل يا أيها الكافرون. Yeah, ya has a mad. Okay, so we tend to stretch this. Okay, 2 to 3 counts is okay, like this. قل يا أيها الكافرون. لا أعبد ما تعبدون. ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد. So yes, some of you are applying the ikhfa rule, antum. Okay, so the rule of ikhfa. We'll go into more detail inshallah in future lessons. But this is where we hide the noon sound and it comes through the nasal area. Okay, so we don't say wala antum. Here we have to hide the noon because it's followed by the letters of ikhfa, which as I said we will cover inshallah. ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد. Very good. Qalqala, أعبد. For now you can remember the qalqala by the blue color. Okay, so the light blue color, they're all qalqalas. ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم. Okay, this word أنا, ولا أنا. Okay, not أنا. أنا عابد ما عبدتم. ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد. And then we have a qalqala again at the end. أعبد. لكم دينكم ولي دين. Okay, so I would advise you that the simple rules, like the qalqala, okay, we have 5 letters. Try to remember these, okay? And by the way, these lessons are available on YouTube. So when you go home, you know, go over them and try to take notes. You know, it's very important that you don't think of all the rules together. Take one rule and try to work on that. Then move on to the next one, okay? And you can refer back to our previous lessons as well. Let's move on to Surah Al-Kawthar, one of the shortest surahs in the Quran. Many people recite this within their salah, so let's try to recite it correctly. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Let's try to change Bismillah to Bismillah. Bismillah. Okay, and Hir-Rahma, let's change it to Hir-Rahma. Ma. Excellent, sounds much better. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Very good, mashallah. Here we have 2 rules, okay? We have a ghunna, we have to hold it for 2 counts, followed by a mad. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Yeah, so a ta and a ta, these are similar sounding letters. Okay, so many people might recite this. A'tayna. So if you look at it, it's not a ta. A'tay. It is a ta. A'tayna. A'tayna. Can you all say it? Ta, ta, tay. Excellent. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر. فصل لربك وانحر. This ha, wanhar, it's the ha from the throat and not the ha from the chest. So we don't say wanhar, wanhar. And ra is heavy. Okay, the ra has many different rules. So this one here is a heavy rule. We will cover this inshallah in our next lesson. So we say wanhar, har, yeah, not wanhar. Heavy, har. إن شانئك هو الأبتر. Yeah, what letter or what rule is applied on abtar? Uthman? Qalqala, very good, yes. Ba is one of the 5 letters of Qalqala. Can anyone remember the 5 letters of Qalqala? What's the first one? Ba, good, yeah. Then? Qaf is one of them. Jim. Ta, excellent. And Dal, yeah. There is a word, bajdataq. Everyone say bajdataq. Yeah, this word means nothing, by the way. It's just a formula to learn the 5 letters of Qalqala. Bajdataq. Bajdataq. Yeah, ba, jim, dal, ta, qaf. So if you can learn this word, bajdataq, that means nothing, you learn the 5 letters of Qalqala. Okay? So we will stop there. And we have a couple of minutes left, inshallah, to break the fast. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our recitation of the Quran, and may He allow us to become companions, Ahlul Quran, people who abide by the Quran, not just by recitation, but those who apply this within our daily lives, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Please make your way to the side room, inshallah, to break your fast.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله